Hey guys, how's it going? This is BillyEatWorld, and today we're going to be taking a look at another DMR, the SVD-12. The SVD-12 is the sniper variant of the Russian AK-12 assault rifle, and I've got to say I've really enjoyed using it so far. The SVD has quite a few great stats, and its weaknesses are honestly not too bad, so all in all it's actually probably one of the better DMRs. It's very similar to the Mark 11 Mod 0 and the Scar H SV, but it does have a few differences. Like all of the other higher powered DMRs, the SVD deals a maximum damage of 45 out to 15 meters, which drops off to its minimum damage of 38 at 60 meters. This translates into a 3 bullet kill at all ranges, or a 2 bullet kill if you manage to land at least one headshot. The SVD's greatest advantage is that it's tied with the Mark 11 and the Scar H SV for the most accurate DMR, with a standing ADS spread of 0.5. It also has one of the fastest bullet velocity stats in the class at 590 meters per second. What this means is that the SVD is able to reach out and land more shots at longer ranges than pretty much any other DMR. Its faster muzzle velocity makes it much easier to hit moving targets too, which is very important for a semi-automatic weapon. The SVD has a pretty average upwards recoil, but it has a pretty substantial pull to the left. This doesn't mean it's hard to control though, because with its slow rate of fire of 260 RPM, you don't feel the recoil effect as much as you would with an automatic weapon. Even though its slow rate of fire is pretty average when compared to other DMRs, it does put you at a pretty serious disadvantage when trying to take out close targets, and it really limits the SVD's effectiveness on some maps. One characteristic of the SVD that would normally be considered a good thing in CQB though, is its super fast reload speed. It has the third fastest reload speed in the DMR class at 2.6 seconds empty and 1.95 seconds with a bullet in the chamber. This is only slightly slower than the Mark 11 and Scar H, and is considerably faster than the close range DMRs like the SKS and the QBU-88. It's actually probably a good thing it has a fast reload speed, because unfortunately it only has a 16 round capacity. This is 5 rounds less than most of the other DMRs and 10 rounds less than the Ace 53 SV. The good thing about DMRs though is that you don't really need a lot of shots to kill a target, so in most cases 16 rounds will be more than enough to take out 1, 2 or even more targets. Being that the SVD is a more precise long-range weapon, you probably won't waste as many shots as you do with the other DMRs anyway, so the lower capacity isn't really a huge thing to worry about. So is the SVD worth using over the other DMRs? Well, it depends on how you like to play. The DMRs are all pretty good at mid-range now, but certain DMRs are going to do better at less than 50 meters, and other DMRs are going to do better at more than 100 meters. The SVD is really great for those longer range shots, but in my opinion you're probably better off running with something that has a few more rounds in the magazine and fires a little bit faster. I think I probably tell you guys in every DMR video about how much I like the M39, and the reason for this is because it's a good midpoint between the extremes of the SVD and the SKS. That being said though, if your style of DMR play is to sit back in the map and play defensive like I am in this video, then the SVD is a good choice for you. As with all DMRs, just be aware of your surroundings and try to position yourself behind or near cover, and in areas with long lines of sight. Any decent player with an assault rifle or carbine will easily be able to take you out at close range, so try not to get yourself in those sorts of gunfights unless you really have to. The SVD is definitely not a DMR you'll want to rely on for close range targets, so do yourself a favour and carry something like a 93R for point blank targets. So what attachments would I recommend for the SVD? Well, honestly, as soon as you've unlocked any sight for this weapon, you should be able to start doing some work with it. The stock weapon is very accurate and controllable to begin with, so a barrel attachment and grip is really only icing on the cake. If you really want to be super accurate with this weapon, I'd go with a heavy barrel and angled grip, but it would probably work just as well with a stubby grip and a flash hider. You could probably run this weapon with a higher powered optic like I am in this video, but I'd probably recommend a 1x sight and the 2x magnifier. 2x magnification is honestly all you're going to need for a DMR on most maps, and the SVD isn't an exception. The higher powered optics are going to encourage you to take shots at targets you can't reasonably kill, and are also going to make taking out targets at close range much harder. So if you aren't a good judge of what ranges your weapon is most effective at, you're better off picking a sight that'll do it for you. The only attachments I probably wouldn't suggest for this weapon would be the suppressor and any of the close range accessories like the laser sight and the tac light. Pretty much every other DMR will be better at closer ranges than the SVD, so save the CQB and stealth attachments for weapons that actually need them. One other note I'll make about the attachments for the SVD is that being that it's a Russian weapon, the first sights you'll unlock for this gun are Russian sights. The Cobra is a popular sight on automatic weapons, but it doesn't really have a reticule that allows for accurate shooting. The Russian PSO-1 4x sight is also pretty terrible and takes up way too much screen real estate. At 130 kills, you'll unlock the PKA 3.4x scope, which is slightly better than the PSO-1, but honestly, this is a long time to be playing with a weapon with a bad scope. The HD33 is my favourite 1x sight, and the ACOG is my favourite 4x scope, but unfortunately both of these are battle pack unlocks for the SVD, and you'll be waiting a long time to get them. In any case, the SVD is a fun weapon to use regardless of the attachments you have attached to it, so if you haven't already given it a try and you're playing on larger Conquest and Rush maps, then give it a go. If you can't handle the 16 round capacity, then you can always pick up the Mark 11 Mod 0, which is pretty much the same gun, but with more ammo in the clip. In any case, I hope this video encourages you to pick up the DMRs a little bit more. The DMRs have got such a bad rap over the last few months, but now that they've got a significant buff from the last couple of patches, I think everyone should take some time to see how they handle because they're really not as bad as everyone thinks. But anyway, that's it guys. Thanks heaps for watching, and as always, if you like what you see, please like, comment and subscribe. I've only got one more DMR to go, which is the RFB. So I'll be bringing that to you very soon, as well as taking a look at the SR338, which is part of the Naval Strike DLC. If you guys haven't heard of this one yet, it's actually a DMR that can attach sniper rifle scopes, and it's exclusive to the Recon kit. So I'm pretty keen to give it a try. But if you have any other weapons you'd like me to take a look at, or a suggestion for a loadout that you'd like me to do in an upcoming video, then by all means let me know in the comment section below or on my Twitter page. But in the meantime, check out my other Battlefield 4 videos, which are all in a playlist linked in the description below. And so until next time guys, have a good one.